Hi, and welcome to the Spicy Tales Edit, episode
8.
8. I'm Stacey,
And I'm Zoe.
and today we have a very special guest, Alexis Grace.
Hello.
Welcome!
Thank you very much for having me. This is exciting.
So if you have watched our podcast before in Dutch, we have talked about Alexis Grace every single episode. She just doesn't know it yet.
I sadly do not speak Dutch.
So, yeah, maybe it would be fun to tell a little bit about yourself, about your books.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm Alexis Grace. I write dark Why Choose romance. I've got just one series out at the moment, which is the Of Mine series. Book 1 is Killer of Mine, book 2 Secrets of Mine, and then book 3 is coming out this August, August 15th, and that's called Darkness of Mine.
Yeah. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
So the If Mine series is the series we've been talking about that is about the daughter of a serial unaliver and 4 FBI agents.
Yes.
Lots of Criminal Minds vibes going on.
Yeah, I haven't watched Criminal Minds, but I know it's one of Zoe's favorite shows.
I'm rewatching it right now. I love it, yeah. Especially Dr. Spencer Reid.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. Spencer Reid has my whole heart.
And Derek Morgan. Oh my gosh.
And I'm clueless, but I love the books. So.
Wait, Spencer Reid is the one everyone mostly compares to Oz in the books, if that helps.
I started watching Criminal Minds. I watched 5 episodes, but I mostly watch shows when I'm like eating lunch or breakfast, but there was a lot of blood in the beginning, so I was like, you know what, this might not be the show to watch while I'm eating, so I need to find another time to watch it.
Something else. Yeah. Okay, but what are we reading right now?
I'm currently reading The Truths We Burn. I think it's book 2 in the Hollow Boy series of Monty J. And I'm in love with Rook. I'm love with Rook. I'm only 30% in, and I'm obsessed.
He's just something else.
Yeah, he's very morally black.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
He loves his fire.
I have issues, guys, and you know.
Well, Rook does too, so it's okay.
I can't, but mommy, I can fix him.
Oh my gosh. I'm reading Promise Me Not by Megan Brandy, the second book after Say You Swear. It's a bit... I don't really I didn't really understand the beginning. It's about Peyton, which you get to know in the first book, not really deeply, but you like know who she is. So you have a bit of the backstory, but the first 20% is like, okay, but what's going on? And I think I'm getting to what's going on. So I do like it. So yeah.
I am reading Shattered Stars, I think is the name. It's in the Arrow Heart Academy series by Hannah Hayes, which is Why Choose like paranormal romance. So she goes to like this academy. It's bully as well, but it's not super bully. Most of the bullying comes from like not the love interests, which I can get on board with.
Okay, and then that's fine.
Yeah,
then it's okay.
It's like bullying on the side.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like the main characters are also not super nice to her, but it's like it feels more enemies to lovers than bully, I think.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
More swinging that way. But I'm enjoying it. I think I'm on book 3 now, and I started the series last Thursday.
Oh, you're going fast.
So yeah, we're going speedy.
If you sometimes hear like a crackling sound with the microphones, we think it's because we're in our bunker under the ground. Like, if you are confused with what I'm saying, in our last episode we said that we're in London and we just found out that our hotel was under the ground, so we're literally under the ground. Yeah. It fits the theme of the daughter of a serial unaliver, I think.
It actually really does.
Right?
There's some like references. Yeah.
We're calling our hotel room our bunker.
Yeah.
So.
When I was a bit ashamed to tell Alexis that we were under the ground. So I was like, well, by the way, our hotel is under the ground, so it might be a bit of a bunker.
So yeah.
But she took it like as a champ.
She was like, okay.
Cool, it's fine. Yeah, as long as I get to go back like above ground afterwards, you know.
Well, we can't promise. So if she goes missing and the third book never releases,
you know who to blame.
So when did you start writing the If Mine series?
Of mine.
Oh, sorry.
Of mine?
Yeah, of mine.
Of
yeah.
Of mine, sorry.
Yeah.
If
That's
of,
alright.
it's only one letter.
True.
It's not my first
I mean,
language.
you guys know multiple languages. It's cool. Yeah, so actually the first book probably took me like just over a year, maybe like a year and 6 months to write, because I was writing it alongside doing like studying. So I was doing like a chapter a week. And that was back in 2023, maybe?
Yeah.
Or two, who knows? Time exists. But yeah, so yeah, it must have been like 3 years ago now, I think. And then Secrets of Mine, I wrote a bit quicker, but I was still like working full time. And then Darkness of Mine, I stopped working full time back in October after Killer of Mine came out. And so then I had loads more time and amazingly managed to write the book faster. So that's sort of, first draft is finished. I'm working on edits of it at the moment.
I don't know how you do it, but after the first book, so like I told you, I sent her a voice memo, like I just couldn't stop reading, but I need to sleep. So then I finished it the morning that I woke up early. But in the first book, there's like a lot of plot twist, and then in the second book, I was like, how is she gonna top this? Like, and then there came another plot twist, and I was like, where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? So I'm so curious to see what's gonna happen in book 3, because I'm like,
What else can happen?
so much can happen with the plot twist that happened in book 2, but then I'm like, I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah.
How do you come up with these? Like, does it come easy to you, or?
Do you know what? It really varies. With this series, I think I've been quite fortunate because it has all come quite smoothly. I didn't do a lot of pre-planning with this series. I just kind of went for it. And I mean, I had things in my mind, like key points that I knew I wanted to hit, and I knew in book 1, I knew all along what like the main twist was going to be, and so then it was just sort of breadcrumbing that and leading up to it. And then I knew book 2 twist as well right from the beginning. So yeah, I don't actually remember where the ideas came from. I just know that one day they were there, but they sort of develop more as you're writing them. And yeah, I think as you get to know the characters as well, things come up. Like book 3, when I was plotting book 3, was definitely a case of like, okay, well, what do I know about the characters and what is gonna make sense because of them and what their experiences are. And that really helped me plot book 3. Yeah, I don't want to say too much about book 3 because I don't want to do any spoilers. But yeah, I do like twists and turns. I think in this genre especially, it's quite a fun thing to do because I think you can just have a lot of fun with a Why Choose book and a thrillery book. You can have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be that realistic.
I think
like
that's
a regular
the thing,
romance.
Yeah. It's I'm very aware that I'm writing a fictional story and everyone when they're reading sort of suspends a certain element of belief because they're like, well, you know, this is fiction, so it's nice because it means I can have fun with it and not have to be like, oh yeah, this is absolutely 100% realistic. But I do try to get like things as accurate as I can. But yeah,
I think that's hard. Maybe be real. Like if you're writing something, you'll be like, well, it's fictional, but some things just have to like make sense.
Yeah, you got to make sure it still sort of passes in the reader's mind.
Yeah.
If you've got people reading, they're like, well, that just wouldn't be possible, or like, how does that even work? Then it kind of pulls the reader out of the book a bit. So yeah, it's that line between, oh yeah, this is plausible.
Yeah.
Probably unlikely,
But it could happen.
but it could technically happen.
Yeah.
You know,
You could technically have 4 FBI boyfriends
Yeah.
if you want.
if you find them, because most of the time you probably don't even know that they're FBI. But
Or if they find you.
yeah.
Well, did you research the FBI, or did you like watch Criminal Minds on repeat?
Both. Yeah, I mean, there was I didn't rewatch Criminal Minds recently, actually, but my teenage years were essentially filled with watching Criminal Minds. So I've definitely seen the show more than once. So yeah, definitely inspiration from that. But
Like the private jet.
yes, yes. I don't think they had as much smutty times in the private jet as Freya and her guys do. I think they missed a trick there, really. I mean, but yeah, and then
Maybe they could do like a collab. They just release a new
Oh
a
my
new
God.
season.
I would die.
So maybe you should like get them in there for an episode.
It could be a spin-off.
Like I know a few FBI agents.
If Matthew Gray Gubler read my book, I would die. I would melt into a puddle.
Well, you have some people in the United States that send like wedding invitations to like celebrities. Maybe you could send him your book.
just thought you might like to copy.
I was just like, I could try.
Just book ferry him. Maybe he has an Amazon wish list.
That would be really funny.
It would be so funny. I do dream of that one day it gets to someone at Criminal Minds that there's a book out there.
Just send it to Derek Morgan. Like, I was
Guys,
thinking of you when I wrote
Just give me other usernames and I will DM them. Babe, what's your address? I have a really good book to send you.
You can do it for me. I'm too scared.
I will. I
will.
literally don't care. I will.
We're like stupid little Dutchies anyway.
They might be like, well, this girl has balls, or they're like, well, she's delusional, and I'm not gonna respond. They might not even see it, but you know what? We can try.
Yeah.
Give me a cocktail, and I will do it.
Tonight we're gonna DM every single person on Criminal Minds.
Hey, so I've watched 5 minutes of Criminal Minds, but I did read 2 really good books.
Took me about, well, what is it? Maybe 30 hours, but
No, not even.
Oh.
Not even.
That's speedy.
I think I did
24
like
hours.
6. Yeah, within 24 hours I finished them.
To be fair, I've had like a surprising amount of readers get in touch and say they like read it in one day, or like.
Yeah, but the books aren't that thick as well, so
No,
it's
they're not too
possible.
long. Yeah.
And also I read them.
Yeah. I think when you like go on Kindle, it says that they'll take you like 5.5 hours or something.
I think it's like 10, like for a slow reader like me.
Oh, yeah, fair.
But if I do my audiobook on 1.8, it's gonna be like 5 hours or 6.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like maybe you're just a very fast reader.
I might be.
Also, it's not our first language, so we're a bit slower with
that's
that.
fair.
But
That's fair.
do you already have anything in mind for a next series?
I do. I have a few projects in the works. Keep projects. I keep one a bit of a secret for now. There is. You will discover. In book 3 at least. I don't think this is too much of a spoiler. It's not a spoiler. But there is a spin-off of the Of Mine series teed up in book 3 quite heavily. So you should be able to figure out who it's going to feature. But I'll let you discover that when you read. But it will be... I will warn people there'll be a bit of a break before we get to it because I've got some other things coming first. And then dive back into this world.
That's fine. I will read it anyway.
Yeah. We'll be here waiting in our little bunker.
But, you know, in the meantime, you could read the other stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you going to keep it to, like, dark romance?
No. Yes and no.
Okay.
There is...
Let's keep it vague.
That's my nice, really descriptive answer. Yes and no. I'm definitely going to carry on writing dark romance. I really do like the genre. But I also, I mean... You know that one of my favorite authors is Elsie Silver.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
She just told me.
And that is the only hint I'm going to give you.
Oh my gosh!
If you just give me a why choose single no,
like multiple single dads and then
No, okay, I will tell you that actually. I will say that I am going to come out of why choose for a little bit, and then
but that's okay.
before I dive back into why choose.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
You're forgiven.
But you know what?
Thank you.
Any bull rider romance or anything, I just bought cowboy boots. I can do a dancing video with my cowboy boots in your book.
Okay, but is there any chance you can like name a character Zoe? Wait, if you don't ask.
To be fair, I love the name Zoe, so that's not a difficult ask.
Okay.
How about mine? mostly in books, I'm not a nice person.
You're always like the villain.
like in one book, I was a stripper.
Own it.
I'm always like the mean girl.
I
and
think that's the thing. I think in American like literature and TV, Stacey has
she's a dumb bimbo.
You're like Regina George in books.
Yes.
But we can rectify that with giving a character a nice character my name.
Maybe name like a sweet little kid Stacey, and then everyone's like, oh.
Well, that would feel wrong if I then love her dad.
Oh no! What have we done? Yeah.
Other than Elsie Silver, which other authors are like your favorite?
Okay. So fairly newly discovered author for me is Ava Hunter.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, she. I keep reading her book, and then I keep putting it down because I'm like, this is so unbelievably good. And then I get all like self-doubty. So I really like Ava Hunter. She's actually got a really, I think, quite a similar style to Elsie Silver. So I think
it's cowboy romances, right?
Cowboy romance, but with like an added suspense.
It's like the white books with like the, I don't know how you call it, like the horseshoes on it, right?
That might be Paisley Hope.
No. I mean like her indie published ones.
Oh,
right?
Maybe. I don't know. The first one, I think, the Ava Hunter one that I'm reading is... I'm going to get confused with the titles now. One of them's called Rope the Moon. One's called Ride the Sky.
We're going to look it up after this.
I think I own one of her books.
I highly recommend. It's well
But
written.
I think she's going to go traditionally published. I think. Don't hold me onto it. But I think I have one of the... I got it for my birthday last year. And it's a white book with accents in like a goldish brownish color.
It might be that the paperbacks are different to the ebooks as well.
Could be,
because I have only seen the ebook covers, and I know people do that. But yeah, I tell you who else I really love. Samantha Young. I don't know whether you've heard of her. She's a Scottish author. She does small town romance, and like romantic suspense threads. And Tate James. Tate James is like
I just bought one of her books.
Yeah. Have you read it yet?
No,
okay.
I just bought the first one.
I saw that as I walked in, and I was like, oh my god, it's Hate, right?
Yeah.
The Madison Kate series. I adore Tate James. She was probably one of the first Why Choose authors I ever read.
Oh my gosh.
And she's really nice as well. I messaged her asking for help on something. Like,
oh my god!
And she answered.
You were like, oh my gosh!
And I was like, oh my god! Tate James just replied to me. And I'm hopefully going to meet her as well. I'm going to. I just announced yesterday that I'm going to the Four Brits Book Fest in Glasgow in November.
Oh, so cool.
And Tate James will be there. Samantha Young will be there. So
all the good people will be there.
I'm
So
quite
Clarissa
excited
Wild's
to
going
meet
to be
them.
there as well.
Yeah.
Have you read her books from Clarissa Wild?
Uh,
She's Dutch.
I know the name, and I'm trying to figure out whether I've read the book or whether it's just on my reading list.
It's like the Spinebridge University, so sick boys,
Right.
evil boys,
Yes,
foul
no,
boys.
okay, they're on my reading list.
Okay.
I haven't yet.
That was one of her books. Was my first dark romance book,
Okay.
and it's dark. It's dark. It's dark. It's white shoes, and I loved it.
Okay, I'm gonna have to read that now. That's going up the reading list.
And she's Dutch, so that's
I
really
did not
cool.
know that. That is really cool.
Extra 10 points. FYI, we fixed the crackling thingy.
Yeah, we figured out what it was.
Yes.
It's our first time filming with 3 mics, and we have like an adapter, I think.
Yeah.
And
2 adapters.
we have we have an adapter and an adapter. But one of the USB holes was crackling and the other wasn't, so now we're fine.
It was annoying us, so that's
we
why
we had to
like fix it.
So if you're like, guys, why all of a sudden this is like a very abrupt conversation, it's because we want to deliver the best quality, and sometimes you couldn't just hear Alexis, and
Now you can.
yeah.
Hi.
She's still here, guys.
She's still with us. She's still alive in the bunker.
Yeah, still trapped underground.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
If you could bring one of the guys alive, which one would you choose?
Oh, you're gonna make me choose when it's a why choose
Yeah.
book, Zoe. Oh man.
Okay, which one is your
Okay.
favorite?
I'm gonna River.
I get it.
I think it has to be River.
Yeah.
I like them bossy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, if you've read book 2, the Lassie scene with Eli
Yeah.
lives rent free in my head, and I know I wrote it, so I don't know whether I can say that, but it does, because I'm a sucker for a cowboy too.
Yeah.
But yeah,
There had to be a cowboy in there.
yeah. I think the cowboy thing came. I don't know whether you remember the scene. This isn't really a spoiler, but there's a scene in book 1 where Freya throws up, and I had that came about, and Eli and his character came about because I had a like snippet in my head of Freya being like, if you do that again, I'm going to throw up in your cowboy hat. I'm going to throw up in your effing hat. And so I was like, oh, right, so Eli has a hat now.
Yeah.
He just turned into an FBI cowboy.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's very FBI meets, like, cowboy chic.
Meets Kate Eaton. So who's your favorite, Zoe?
Yeah.
I think Eli.
Nice.
The first name that came to mind with me was Oz.
So Oz is like a fan favorite.
Like-
you've got a
But he's so
company there.
sweet.
Like the
And
scenes
he's
at his
talks
parents'
dirty though.
Yeah. But it's always the sweet ones.
I really hope to see some more real action from him because you know what, I find him super hot, and like the scene that they were at his parents' house. I'm not confusing him with one of the other guys, right?
No, I don't think
No.
so.
With the photos,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, when is he gonna get into action then? You know.
You gotta
Okay.
get it, boy.
Yeah, I think there's something you'll like.
I
Book
hope
3.
so.
Now we need like one more member, so because we're forgetting someone.
Yeah, Jude. Poor Jude.
Poor
Getting
Jude,
no
baby.
love.
No.
My little baby Jude.
I do love him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I love them all. But if I had to
Yeah.
pick one,
Yeah, I think out of like when I've like in my Facebook reader group, whenever.
oh my gosh,
like,
you have a Facebook reader group?
Yes.
Oh my
sorry.
gosh,
Oh my
we
gosh.
should join.
It's called the Lair.
Oh my god,
Because that's what they called their offices in the story.
I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Come join.
Yeah,
we could
we
do their
do-
own
where was my
cult.
invite?
It's open. Anyone can join.
Oh my god.
But yeah. But everyone in there is tends to be like, yeah, Oz. give us more Oz. So Oz is definitely a fan favorite.
Yeah, he's just underrated.
Yeah.
We don't have enough of him.
There was loads of him in book 2.
No, there was he was very present in book 2.
Yeah, in book 2 he was very present.
And I love that.
Okay. There'll be more of him in book 3.
Okay.
Thank you.
There'll be
Thank
more of
you.
all of them.
You're doing us a favor.
I think I also
Me go back to rewrite the whole book. It's just Oz and Freya now.
it's gonna be August next year, guys.
I feel like with your book, so I'm pretty new to the white shoes genre. So I've read Boys Who Hunt by Clarissa Wilde, which is white shoes, and a lot of holes are filled at the same time.
But it's white shoes.
I know. And then with Bucking Around, a lot of holes were also filled at the same time.
White shoes and you have white shoes.
But I think with this, a lot of the times, a lot of people are scared to read a white shoes book because of all the holes being filled at the same time, you know? But I think with your book, it's a very good series to get into white shoes, to get into the thought of multiple men with a woman without it being overwhelming.
Yeah, I think, although, I mean, it is fairly, it's not like slow burn, but it is like a slower introduction to that dynamic, I guess. Yeah.
It's not like we're getting it on at chapter 2.
No, you don't, and there's not like a fivesome on page 3, which, I mean, I love books that do that. Don't get me wrong.
No, same. Like,
but yeah, it is. I think it is a good start to one if you've not read any white shoes before. I've had a lot of people tell me that it was their first white shoes book, and like, that makes me really happy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I think like I've now made like a few videos about your book, and I've had multiple people say that they are gonna read it or that they bought it, and I was like, yeah, because it's very interesting, like a daughter of a serial analyzer and 4 FBI agents. Like,
Yeah.
you will get me hooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does seem to be quite a good hook that people like, which is nice because it makes it easy to market. But yeah. No, it was very much just a passion project, to be honest. I was writing other stuff at the same time, and this one was just something that I sort of wanted to do for me almost, just so that I could have fun with writing. I think when I was doing studying, I studied screenwriting and creative writing, and I think a lot of it when I was doing that, it became very sort of like serious in a way. Like, I was still really enjoying it, but it was like, oh, I have to make this like really, really good. I have to, there was more pressure on it. And then I think writing the Of Mine trilogy was me just being able to be like, I can just have fun with this again. I can just write. And so it makes me really happy that other people really like it too and have fun with it too. Because it wasn't necessarily ever intended for that to happen. And then I released it and it kind of went wild, which is fun.
Yeah, and I've really seen a change in my comments, because when I first started posting about Killer of Mine, everyone was like, oh my gosh, I need to buy this, I need to read this, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm trying to be more like Secrets of Mine. And people are like, I can't wait for book 3 to come out. That's like all my comments. And I'm like, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, and I appreciate how patient all the readers are being. I know there's quite a trend, certainly in the white shoes genre, for books to be released very fast.
Yeah.
But because of my circumstances, like, that was never going to be something I could do. So I know the second book took a while to get to you guys, and so thank you very much for being all patient with me and waiting for it. And yeah, the third one's coming a little bit quicker.
But I think the second and the third one come pretty quick after each other. I think you cannot really
I think it's normal
compare
to wait a year.
yourself. I think if it's in the same series, it's pretty normal to wait a year. So if you look, for example, at the Rose Hill series from Elsie, how it went is... that one came pretty fast.
But we need to keep in mind, not everyone's Elsie Silver or Anna Wong. Like, not everyone release or what's she called? Rena Kent. Not everyone releases like 2 or 3 books a year. Like, no one does that except for them.
No, but I'm confusing right now Elsie and Anna. Yeah. So like, if you look at the King of Sin series, one book is gonna come out every year. So we got
Yeah.
King of Envy just now, and then next year in April we're gonna get King of Gluttony, and then last year in October we got the Striker, and then this year in October we're gonna get the Defender.
Yeah.
But also people need to have in mind that these authors, they have contracts for a certain amount of books and they have deadlines, and when you're an indie author, of course you can make deadlines for yourself, but you don't have somebody telling you when you need to have it finished.
And they have
And
like
they-
entire teams.
To help do all the other stuff
yeah.
that comes with it. I think that was like not necessarily a shock to me because I knew it would happen, but it certainly took some like adjusting when like after I published, and suddenly it wasn't just the writing that I needed to do.
Yeah.
It was all of the social media, all of the marketing, everything that like all of the authoring rather than the writing.
And of course, you have to do the writing yourself, but they have teams to help with the other things. Maybe they post their TikTok themselves. I don't think they do, but they could be doing a few TikToks themselves.
I reckon at that level, you'd have
but they don't
someone
have to
doing
do like big marketing because their books will be at Waterstones anyway.
Yeah, exactly. But you know, these things, they all take time.
True.
They do.
Back when they first started, they would have been doing it all themselves. 'Cause that's
And like it's also nothing against those authors because we
love them.
those
We
authors.
love them.
No, I
But
love
it's just
that.
like so different because like they have people to check their like grammar and everything.
They have
And-
help.
and you need to do it yourself, or maybe you do have help. But
I mean, certainly
you can
the
have
more-
beta readers, of course.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like the more you go, the further like I go along, and the more readers that find me, the like more I am able to sort of hire someone to do that, hire someone to do this, have a proofreader, have an editor. I mean, I've had an editor from the beginning because I felt that was just important to make the book really shine. But yeah, so it's certainly added in things like for the first book I formatted it myself, and then the second one I got someone to do the formatting for me.
Like I'm done.
Yeah, I was like,
someone else needs to do this.
Honestly, she did it so much better than me. She's credited in the front of the book. But it just makes it like look prettier, and it's not something you need when you're first starting out. But like when you get to that point, it is nice to be able to be like, I can just write and
It's
then hand
done.
it off.
yeah. I also think people underestimate that those things do cost money, and as an indie author, it's an investment.
Yeah, certainly like for the first book, when you're like, you have no income from the writing and you're like, okay, how much do I actually spend on this book, hoping that I'll get it back. I think I was very fortunate that people really seemed to like Killer of Mine, and it sort of took off. So I'm now in a position where I can hire some people to help with those things, which is nice, and gives me more time to just write.
We love to see you write because then we can read it.
I mean, writing's the best bit. Really. That's
I
what
can
it's
imagine.
all about.
I could never, but I can imagine.
It's a very strange job when I'm like, oh, my job is to write. And I'll sort of spend the morning writing and then be like, okay, I did work today.
Well, you know what? That's what you get as a reward, like a little treat.
Me and my TikToks. Okay, I filmed 20 TikToks. I work today.
Yeah, exactly. It's a strange world.
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
really weird.
A really strange world.
I might have a very difficult question.
Oh,
Here it
Yeah.
comes.
I'm going to brace
So,
myself.
if there is one book boyfriend you wish you could have written yourself, which one would it be?
Okay.
You can also do 3. It's fine.
Why are you
It's
never
gonna
this
be-
easy with me?
It's going to be, I think it's going to have to be an Elsie Silver.
But which one?
She can't really say because she hasn't
I
read
know.
Wild Eyes
Yeah,
yet.
that's true. That's true.
You haven't?
I haven't read the latest Elsie Silvers yet.
When she gets home
but-
later, she's gonna. I need to read Wild Eyes.
But no, Daddy Cade
Okay, yeah.
is up there for me.
Yeah,
I do
totally. I get why.
I do really like Cade. I also like Jasper. Jasper.
I
and
get
Sloane
it. It's
book.
always the quiet ones.
Yeah.
Always like Oz.
But it's That's a really tricky question. I feel like so Samantha Young has a book, and I think I'm really revealing my type now because Samantha Young has one of her Highland series books set in this fictional town called Ardnock, and it's another like single dad nanny romance, and he's called Thane, and you guys need to read that book. And then you'll know. There's a scene. There's one scene in particular which lives rent free in my head, to the extent that I probably could quote it. But yeah. Okay, do I get to choose one more? I really want to choose another one.
Yes, because Jesper and Kate, they're from the Chestnut Spring series, so they're one series, so it's fine.
Okay. Oh no, there's just so many.
It's definitely gonna be Weston Belmont once you've read.
Is it? Okay.
Like, he's so good that we got a tattoo for the book. So
amazing. Okay.
I'm willing to bet money on it. And I don't have any money, so
I'm gonna think on it a bit for the third one, because I'm sure that it's gonna be really, I don't know whether I can choose one, but there's a book, there's a Why Choose book series, which I think is very underrated, by Cadence Snow. I think the main character is called Evelyn. It's called the Vital series, and it's a paranormal Why Choose. The concept is that they make bonds with each other, and that influences their powers.
Just kind of like Fated Mates.
Yeah, like Fated Mates vibes.
Okay.
But I highly recommend that series. The Evelyn Maynard trilogy, I think it's called, and that's up there. I think that's probably my number one Why Choose, next to the Madison Kate series by Tay James. Those two are I really like those.
So I really need to read
her
series.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Off to Amazon.
Tay James also has a really good paranormal Why Choose series called The Kit Davenport. And that's also very good. So yeah.
I haven't gotten into paranormal romances yet. I've read some fantasy books.
Yeah.
And I've read some romance books.
So paranormal for me is I like it better than fantasy. I can do fantasy, but I struggle with really high fantasy.
Like with the world building?
Yeah. I think it just doesn't, I can't get into it as much as it, I mean, sometimes I can, and I've read Iron the first one's Fourth Wing, isn't it? And I love Fourth Wing, but I think Fourth Wing is very accessible high fantasy, whereas some of the other high fantasy is more is written in a different way that isn't always as accessible for me, at least. But paranormal or supernatural is my sweet spot, where it's set in the real world but there's magic, and that I love.
Is it kind of like City and Bones? Is that paranormal? It is fantasy, but it does take place in the real world, right?
Yeah.
I've only watched the show though, so.
Yeah, I think if it's in the real world, then it's probably maybe either urban fantasy is sometimes the word used. I know not everyone's a big fan of the urban fantasy as a descriptor, but real world fantasy. Where either magic or shifters. I think at the moment it's really nice for me. I'm reading a lot of it at the moment because it's, when you're writing in a certain in a certain genre, I find it quite hard to read in that same genre at the same time, because it's
I think it would be really confusing, because you get this is cute, and you don't want to use it in your own book or something. Yeah, I think I would do that.
There is an element of that, and there's also just it's hard to switch off from it. Yeah. So if I'm writing a small town romance book, then if I'm reading a small town romance book, my mind will constantly be comparing and being and thinking about my own one, and how can I make it good? How can like,
What
you know,
would I do?
You know, like, yeah, there's a lot of like, it turns on the writer brain.
Yeah.
Whereas at the moment, because I'm not writing any paranormal or urban fantasy or fantasy at the moment, it's quite nice to read that genre, because then I can just read for reading's sake and
Like
not
switch.
yeah, and not be constantly thinking, okay, about what I'm writing.
Yeah.
So I do sometimes find it a struggle, which is why I haven't read Elsie Silver's latest books yet, despite knowing that I will absolutely adore them.
One day soon.
I think it can also be like dangerous, like not dangerous, but like in between, like
what if you use something that's in that book?
because like the thing is, do you have inspiration? Like you read a book and then unconsciously you get inspiration and you're like, is it something I came up with myself, or I forgot that I read it in the book and now I'm writing it in my book? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if you've truly forgotten, then you've truly forgotten, so you probably don't notice.
Yeah.
But I don't know, there is only a certain number of stories, I guess, in the world. There's this writing theory that there's only 7 stories and they're just told again and again differently. And I think for me, as long as you make something your own and you're not like outright copying, then it's fine. I mean, there obviously is more of a danger, I guess, if you're reading the same genre, but also, I don't know, as a writer, I don't tend to want to do something that I've read, because if I've read it, then I'm like, well, I've seen that already. Like I want to do something fresh. If anything, I might see a scene and then I'm like, oh darn, now I can't do that. Now I have to like think of my own version that's different and something like, but I think it can also be good because it can push you to write something, like it can push you to make your own writing better, because you're like, okay, that's a really cool concept, I'm gonna do something different.
But I can imagine it could be really hard.
Yeah.
So
Zoe and I obviously aren't writers, and we don't aspire to be.
We're never going to write a book. Maybe if we get really famous, maybe we would like make an autobiography or something.
Maybe we get a deal and I can get a ghostwriter. No, I'm kidding. I would never be able to write a book.
Okay. Never say never.
Well, there was one time I had this really vivid dream and I texted Stacey and I was like, should I like text Clarissa Wilde saying like, this was my dream, could you please write a book about it?
But where I was coming from is, so Zoe and I, we will probably never become authors, but to anybody listening and who is an aspiring author, what is a tip you can give them?
I've got a really funny one. You may need to cut it out.
we don't cut. No, that's not true. Sometimes I say something we really need to cut.
Yeah, sometimes Zoe does most of the time the editing of the podcast, and recently I've been editing as well, so we do every other week we edit, and then sometimes I'm like, Zoe, I had to cut this, and I'm like, well, sometimes we're also talking, I'm like, Zoe, this needs to be cut. And then I'm just hoping she does it.
Yeah. Okay, so well, you may have to cut it. I'll do a serious one and a funny one. I mean, the funny one is also serious, like you really should take this on board. But serious one first. Aspiring authors, I think just don't be scared to actually do it. I think especially with like indie authors are like on the rise, and there used to be like being an author was very like gatekeepered, like you couldn't just go and do it in the same way that you can now. And I think a lot of like stigma has hung around from that time, in that sort of writers feeling that if they're not getting traditionally published, then it's not valid, it's not good enough. And I think it was actually seeing authors like Elsie Silver and Anna Huang and like looking at the like bestseller, New York Times bestsellers in romance, and realizing, 4 out of 5 of them started at indie.
Yeah,
And
they all did.
Yeah, like they really have. And that was what it took for me, for my mind to go, okay, I can actually just do this.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere.
You have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think, don't be too scared. Don't necessarily like put out the very first thing you've ever written either. Because if I'd have done that, I don't think it would have gone so well. I wrote, I think, I wrote 3 books before I put before Killer of Mine. So give yourself time to develop your craft, but don't be too scared to actually just go for it. That would be my serious piece of advice. My fun piece of advice is Google your pen name before you choose it. Because if you don't, you might find that you share a pen name with a deceased porn star.
Oh my god!
I'm not
Sorry,
saying.
this is really making me think of Priscilla Diamond. Okay, so I bought a bunny.
No, it's not a real bunny. It's like a stuffy.
It's a stuffed animal. And I asked on Instagram, what should I name it? And one of my friends, he was like, call her Priscilla Diamond. So Stacey slept over at my house like 3 weeks ago, and she was like, I forgot my stuffed animal, so I was like, get Priscilla Diamond. Sorry, that's like porn star name too.
Oh my gosh, but I think Alexis Grace is such a nice name.
Thank you.
But yes,
I had my reasons for choosing it, and so it's like it has meaning for me. But which I really should have Googled it. So always add author, Tim, I know, when you're Googling it, or you'll be in for a bit of a surprise.
You know, on the other hand, maybe people trying to get some spice in might find you that way, your books.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe I'm discovering a whole new set of readers.
As long as they buy the book.
You know, in the end, there's still spice in there. So it's just a different way. Oh my gosh, I think this is so funny.
I think that's when I know I'll have made it. Is when if you Google my name, I come up first.
Yeah,
like she was a big porn star.
Yeah, I think she was
God.
properly. She got a following. Like
okay.
Yeah.
Now I have to Google it. Like,
I think with your first tip, a good one would also be, if you want to release your book, maybe don't just let your mom proofread it and get somebody critical, because your mom will love it anyway.
Yeah. Like, it's the things I did for the first time with the first book. I spent money on getting a cover done, and I spent money on getting it edited. I did do the proofreading myself for the first one, but I read it like quite a few times to try and catch all of the typos, and even then I did not catch all of them. My advanced readers were lovely and would send me little messages being like, I found a typo. Thank you.
But that's fine. We also found typos in Elsie and Anna's books.
Yeah.
So
still published.
It's impossible to get one out without any typos. But yeah, I think definitely invest in a cover that's professionally done. Thank you. They're done. They're made by Ali at Dirty Girl Designs, which also just a great name.
Yeah. That's why you picked her.
Yeah, she also does influencing as well. She's I can't remember what her influencer name is.
Like bookish content?
Yeah, bookish content. Mostly on Instagram rather than TikTok, I think. But she's amazing. She's lovely, and she creates awesome covers. So
shout out to her.
Yeah, shout out to Ali.
If you need a cover.
And shout out to Brandy, who does the proofreading and formatting. But yeah, definitely I think invest in a cover, and I'd if you can, invest in editing as well, because an editor's eye is just super helpful, and they will point out things that you just can't really see yourself because you're too close to it.
It might also like take a bit of the stress away.
Yeah, because then you've got someone who's read it and said, yeah, this is good, before you actually put it out, and have that sort of nerve-wracking thing.
Is it really good?
And advanced readers like you guys are like what really makes the world go round for indie authors, because you're how word gets out that
And we'll be
there's a
like, this
book.
is awesome, I love it.
But
Hopefully, yeah.
But I do always feel awkward when I notice like a mistake. So I got book 2 gifted to me, like the physical copy, because Zoe told Alexis that I needed to read it. So Alexis sent me a message, and it took me quite a bit to read it. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
But so the first book, I immerse read it with the audiobook. And then the second book came around, and I DM'd Alexis before. Said, do you know when you're getting an audiobook? And you weren't sure yet.
Yeah.
And then I saw everybody getting an ELC, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. So then Alexis said, Stacey, if you want one, you can have one.
Yeah.
And then I felt really awkward because I found a mistake in the audiobook.
Which has been fixed now. I got in touch with the
But
publishers.
with those things, I feel super awkward to say those things. But I'm like, you know what? We've had contact before. I'm just going to tell you that there's like a word repeated twice where it should have been cut.
I mean, like,
But
I can't speak for all authors, but personally, I just find it helpful as long as you're polite about it. Like, and it's good to know, because then we can make changes. And like, it was helpful that you told me, because it was before the audio had actually been released, and so then I could get in touch with Podium, the audiobook publishers, and be like, hi, one of my ALC readers has like found this, and they just went in and fixed it. So
I think it's good, because when I got the ALC for King of Envy, they it was really weird, because I was immersed reading as well. I was reading and listening, and then in the book it said like let's say Jeremy, and then in the audiobook it said like, I don't know, some other name, Matthew, and I was like, huh? So I went straight to my email, and I was like, hi guys, I don't know if you know this, but like this page, like this time in the audio, the names are wrong. I don't know if you know, but I just wanted to let you know, because it might be a bit weird if someone else sees it. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. But then I can fix it. It would. There's also people, when if it would have gotten out, people would be like, you guys are so stupid because this and this.
Yeah.
Because there's people who do it. Like,
people are really mean on the internet.
Yeah.
So like, people hate on small things sometimes.
yeah, as long as you're like nice about it. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, I just wanted to let you know. I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think especially actually with indie authoring and ebooks, with indie publishing and ebooks, if you spot something in a published ebook, it is better to get in touch with the author than to like tell Amazon, because if you tell Amazon, then it like flags it in the system, and
another
then you
tip.
you risk getting like the book taken down in extreme cases. So I think go just drop a nice message to the author and be like, hi, I spotted this. And personally, I'd be like, thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
I think like it would never come to my mind to contact Amazon. That's maybe also because we don't have Kindle Unlimited in our country.
Do you not?
We do not.
There's
a lot of things we don't have, like the works.
No, but we don't have Audible, and we don't have Kindle Unlimited. So like sometimes an author asks me if I want to read their book because it's on KU, and I'm like, I literally can't.
Oh, that makes me sad.
But yeah, so we just have to buy the ebooks.
Yeah.
But you know what? If it's an indie author, I really don't mind. I've had an indie author reach out to me, and I got the third book as an ARC, and then the first and the second book were only €1.80. So I just bought them.
Yeah.
Or a girl that's a mutual of us on social, she wrote her first book, and when we got the formatting of the ARC, I was like, I can't read it. I was like getting an error. And then I messaged her, and she's like, it's on KU, and I was like, you know what, it's €5. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna support her because she's an indie author. And also I was like, because I know my reading experience is gonna go down if the formatting.
Yeah.
Because the thing with me is,
Once
I like
she
to
gets
know.
annoyed, she's annoyed.
Yeah, but also I want to know how much I have left in a chapter, because I'm really a slow reader, especially if I don't have an audiobook. And if the whole book is one chapter, because the formatting isn't right and it keeps saying that I need to read 10 hours, I'm gonna probably cry and have a mental breakdown.
I don't want to do this
So I was
anymore.
just like, you know what, indie author, I'm just gonna support it like that, you know.
Yeah,
but
and indie authors appreciate that. It is
Yeah.
nice. We do get a little bit more when a book is bought rather than on KU, but also KU is great for business. So
Yeah.
you know.
So if you're listening, her books are on Kindle Unlimited, so
They are.
go read them. And
This is your
are they
sign.
on? They are on Audible too. Her audiobooks?
Yeah, and so books 1 and 2 are on Audible. They might be going wide with audio soon, if not already. I think at the moment it might still be an Audible, but in the future they might also be going on to Spotify and other places. But I will update news of that when I know it. But yeah, they're on Amazon. You can get the paperbacks as well.
And they are stunning, guys. They really are.
They are.
I love the velvety feel to them.
Yeah.
yeah, it's actually quite good print quality. But yeah, no, I like seeing them. I can't wait to have all 3 of them, like, and stack them up.
I'm super excited what you're gonna come up with the cover if you're gonna write Small Town.
I think I give too many hints away. Yes, I have been thinking about that.
You don't have to say anything. I'm just very excited.
It's okay. We'll wait.
We'll wait, and you guys, once it's out, we will share it to our socials, and you guys will definitely see.
Yeah, be my new era.
You know,
I'm excited.
maybe it's gonna be the era that's gonna even give you more new readers, because
I think
White
there
Shoes
is-
can scare people
Yeah,
sometimes.
I think there is something to be said that there is. It's a smaller readership with White Shoes than MF or FF or MM. So yeah, it will be interesting. I hope my readers will still stick with me. I know some
We
people
will.
just like to read one genre, and that's totally valid. But I think that there'll still hopefully be lots of things that make my books, even in a slightly different genre.
Yeah.
Still be loads of romance, guys.
I think it's actually kind of nice, because like for us, for example, we read multiple genres. So like for us, it's just more of another genre we love. But it's also a way for readers that might not feel comfortable with White Shoes for any reason to still read your books and discover your writing. And then maybe through that way, they're like, okay, I get Alexis her writing now, and I will feel comfortable to explore the White Shoes. Genre.
That would be like my best case scenario. I would love it if that happened. If lots of people found the new series and were like, oh, I'll go back and try that one. That would be great. Do that, guys. Definitely do that.
I think it's also different if you're never gonna write anything dark romance again, but you said that something will come.
Oh, yeah.
But this thing is just gonna come first. So it's not like you're swearing off this genre. You're just like exploring something else, see how other people react. And also, I feel like if you're a writer and you need to still love your writing and feel inspired, and if you feel inspired to write a small romance and it's gonna be a very good book or something you stand behind, then who are we to say that you can't do that? Like,
I mean, to be fair, I think a lot of authors do bridge the genres. It used to be that when they did that, they'd use a different pen name, so you wouldn't actually know that you're reading the same author necessarily. But I'm just gonna go for it with this pen name. I can't be.
It's out there anyway.
I can't be dealing with multiple pen names and doing all that, so it adds a lot of extra work. And like you say, I think a lot of my readers will also enjoy small town romance, like you guys. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, my dream as an author would be, like, in terms of me writing what I want to write, would be to like do a light book, a dark book, a light book, a dark book, and sort of alternate between the two, because that just sounds
Keeps you
fun.
sane.
Yeah, just sounds fun, just switch it up.
also for yourself, I think it would be nice to like be able to like just move on from a world a little bit and get back to it.
Yeah, with the Of Mine world, like, I have got an idea for a spin-off. It will happen, but I do feel like I want to just step away from that world for a bit now, and before I go back to it, because then I'll be more excited when I get back to it and have more ideas and more fun.
Well, if you
But
do
yeah.
decide to get a different pen name, maybe it could just be a collection of deceased porn stars.
Just look up more porn star names and be like, okay, I'll
Well,
pick
or you
that
could
one.
just use Priscilla Lyman.
That will be my shtick. That'll be my thing. The author who always uses porn star names.
No, I think, like you said, it's more
Yeah.
work because first of all, you need to promote that new pen name.
Yeah.
You need to have different socials, so a different TikTok, a different Instagram. And if you're not currently writing then in the Of Mine series, then you might not be as active on the socials of
Exactly.
Alexis Grace.
Exactly.
And then that way, that socials is going to die and that fan base might not be getting.
Yeah.
So if you just do it.
yeah,
and then,
and people do it. Like Sadie Kincaid.
Yeah.
Is that the right name?
Yeah, I think so.
I think
She's
so.
coming to Rare. Yeah.
Yeah. With the Mafia series,
Yeah.
the Lorenzo and.
I think so,
I
yeah.
haven't read
Yeah.
it, but I know her name is
Okay.
on the...
And she crosses genre from Why Choose, like with The Perfect Fit is Why Choose, and then some of her other stuff isn't. And Jay Wilder does that as well. Although she uses Jessa Wilder sometimes for her Why Choose stuff, but it's all on one socials and stuff.
Yeah.
And Paisley Hope has done it as well. Paisley Hope has got
She
a
just wrote her
dark-
Mafia romance.
a dark
Yeah.
MC romance.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
MC romance, which I love, by the way. That's called Wolf E.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a
it's
good
getting
one.
traditionally published.
Yeah.
Ah,
I think I'm reading
I
it
love
soon.
that.
But I think it's on her current name. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on
it's
the
all
Paisley
on
Hope.
Paisley Hope. I think traditional publishing is slowly starting to catch up to the fact that dark romance exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do enjoy that storyline of she had traditionally published cowboy romances
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then had to indie publish the dark romance, and now the traditional publishers are like, no, we want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, honestly, I love indie books more because I feel like the quality of indie books is nicer sometimes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I still will buy the other books, but I feel like indie published books are most of the time like those matte velvety books, and they're heavier.
They are heavier, which is weird. I didn't know this until I started doing it, and then my friend was like, it weighs more.
Yeah, but I just like the feel of that.
Yeah.
So that's just maybe personal, but it would be cool if you could get traditionally published.
Cool. It would.
Maybe
We're
we
saying
can,
it here.
Say something at Rare, like if we see like a publisher, like I know someone.
We're saying it here.
I think it is.
It's gonna happen.
I hope.
We're manifesting.
We're manifesting.
Manifest for me. I like that.
I'm believing in you, and we will make more content.
Thank you. I
yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah.
I think this might be a really good ending of today's episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us saying that we're manifesting an Alexis Grace
Yeah.
will be traditionally published one day. We
Thank
said it
you.
here first.
We said it first.
We said it.
I'm
Thank
going to
you.
hold you to that.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me. This has been really fun. And it's
Yeah,
so
it
nice to
was.
finally meet you guys in person.
And we will release her from her bunker, guys. Don't worry.
We're gonna take her upstairs.
To see some sunlight.
It sounds like I'm going to take her outside.
Upstairs, we're gonna take her upstairs.
It looks like you're gonna have her on a leash like a duck. I'm gonna take her outside.
Sorry.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And
Hopefully until next week. In Dutch. Back to Dutch.
okay,
Bye.